Here we go.
I'm good right here.
It's not this type of show. Hi, everybody. Hello, precious. There we go. Hi, everybody. Oh, God. Look at the Monday people. They're not letting Monday get to them. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's get started. Happy Monday. Another week. Thank you for being here. Hope you all had a really good weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm sure you did one of three things. You watched Game of Thrones, you watched Avengers, or you went to the Minnesota United game. Those were the three big things going on this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to my good friend over there, Kendall. Hello, Kendall.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
How was your weekend?
I feel like sassy is just going to emit out of you
I know.
all day.
I
I don't know if I'm ready.
I know.
Buckle up.
I don't know why I'm feeling a little I am feeling a little
You are just
sassafras
on
today.
fire today. It's
I
like
don't know.
Monday.
You know what? You know what it is? You know what it is? I usually, and I think you guys will relate, Mondays are usually tough for people, but I decided to not be bummed on Monday. I'm like, I'm going to embrace Monday. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to be happy. So, yeah.
I like your attitude. I like it.
I got my little polka dotted tie on. You know what I mean? I'm my sunburn's finally healed, so I'm a happy. I know, yeah.
Praise.
However, I'm peeling like an iguana, but other than that, yeah. I know, believe me. I'm like, oh, my arms now. I'm like, oh, I'm never going out in the sun again. I'm just gonna put like a blanket over my head when I go outside now. I'm never going through this again, ever, ever, ever. It was horrible. Anyway,
So sorry you spent a week in Vegas.
no, I don't mean it like that. I just mean I was dumb and didn't use sunscreen. So yeah. Speaking of the weekend, I got to tell you a little funny story. So we went to Avengers again. I'll tell you about that in a second. But before we went to Avengers, we went to the Big Bowl. I love the Big Bowl. The Big Bowl, yeah, we were in at the Galleria in Edina. And we're at the Big Bowl. And there I am at the stir fry bar. I'm like, just getting my broccoli, getting my pea pods, like, and I look over and I was like, holy crap. Senator Amy Klobuchar right next to me at the, yeah.
One of the people.
There she is. Mm-hmm. She's in her little Lululemons, and a little jacket. I'm looking at her. I'm like, oh, hello, Senator. She's just getting her broccoli, just like a normal person. And it's funny because, we've known her for years here. I think you guys all know what I mean. We've known her for years here. She's been a senator for many years. But now it feels different, because she's running for president. It's just like, she's, no matter, this isn't a political statement. I'm just like, when you meet someone running for president or when you see someone, you know what I mean? It feels different, especially when you meet that person at a stir-fry bar. You know what I mean? It's like, it was good.
Yeah. It's
very
like
good.
those magazines that was People Are Us Weekly where they're just like us, celebrities.
Yeah. See?
Like,
right there. Here she is in her Lululemons getting stir-fry. You know what I mean? And she's just like us. And I was not wearing Lululemons. I had a little Mickey Mouse shirt on. But yeah, but
shocking.
Everybody expects that from me. So let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Well, here we go. It was expected to be a big weekend at the box office. And Avengers Endgame did not disappoint. Look.
He used the stones again.
Hey. We'd be going in short-handed,
Look, he's still got the stones, so...
So let's get him. Use them to bring everyone back.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Even if there's a...
Yeah, Avengers. Avengers came in with massive expectations. Everyone's like, it's going to make this, it's going to make this, Well, for once, something lived up to the hype. The movie opened here in the States with $350 million in ticket sales, blowing past the previous record of $257 million, which, by the way, I think was set by Avengers Infinity War. Globally, are you ready for this? Now, we hear box office numbers all the time and it becomes white noise, but let's just, as Oprah would, let's just take a moment and let's breathe in this number. The film brought in, across the world, $1.2 billion since Friday. I mean, I'm not joking. Take that. That is insanity. That's crazy numbers for a movie.
For a movie.
Yeah. Before it even
Crazy.
hit our shores, I think it made, what was it, $47-something million across overseas. It's nuts. And this is anecdotal, but I'll tell you how big the movie was. We sat for, no joke, an hour yesterday. We made a last-minute decision to try to go see it because Colin had not seen it. We sat on either ends of our couch. We even had the dogs on the phone. We were on the Fandango app trying to find 2 seats together at any theater in the metro. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find for a single showing.
Not a one.
I mean, there was maybe 1 seat here and 1 seat there, and the front row. Nobody wants to sit in the front row. But other than that, I'm not joking. We finally, after an hour on the phone, and again, we even had the dogs on an app. We finally found 2 seats together at the Eden Prairie Cinema with the recliners and all that. Can I just tell you, that's the best invention. Like light bulbs, white bread, recliner seats at movie theaters. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
I remember going to the theaters before then in high school, and like the seats were so small, and you had to put your feet on the seat in front of you, and then we'd get like yelled at from the booth, like, "Girls in the front row, seat down."
I was actually that person yelling at
God.
you. I used to work in a movie theater, and nothing would give me greater joy than telling
to yell
people
at
to
the
take.
middle schoolers?
Oh yeah. Especially if they were talking. Stop talking and get your feet off the chair.
It's the only time you could talk to a boy without an adult present. It's like, hi,
Yeah,
how
good
are you?
point. Okay, you make a really good point. I know.
You know, it was like harmless flirting too. It was like, this movie is cool. Can you share my popcorn?
I got busted one time with my girlfriend. No jokes. With my girlfriend, Bernice Corley.
I have so many things to say.
I know.
Right now.
We were in 9th grade or 8th grade, and we went to go see I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And I don't. Thank you, Aaron. Everyone that has seen that movie is laughing now. I love that movie. It's the Wayans. We went to go see that movie, and we were kissing, and an usher came over and told us to stop and like had to separate us. Yeah, I know.
That's a hardcore makeout session. Look at you.
Jason got the chicks back then. I mean, I'm telling you, yeah. There's so many people shocked in the audience right now. Next in the dish, here's the other big story of the weekend. Another episode of Game of Thrones aired last night, part of the final season. Don't worry, do not turn off the show. Don't plug your ears. You know me. I don't like ruining things for people. But judging by everybody's reaction on social media, this episode was a wallapalooza. Now don't worry, don't turn away.
I'm pulling my IFB
No, you don't
out
have to. Here's a preview that HBO aired for last night's episode. Don't worry about it. Look.
The most heroic thing we can do now is look the truth in the face.
The Night King is coming.
The dead are already here.
You haven't watched. Now, Kendall's our resident Game of Thrones fan here, but you haven't watched it yet, right?
Fan? I'm a psycho.
Yeah.
Did you see me?
I know. You haven't watched it yet, though, right?
No, because it's past my bedtime. We're watching it tonight.
Okay. Let me just tell it to all of you that have it on your DVR. Don't go to tvline.com. I normally love that website, but our executive producer found, listen to this. They should be ashamed of themselves. They put major spoilers in the headline of the story. So you don't even have to click into the story. It's right there in bold letters, like major, right, Jeff? I mean, it was like ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and ba-ba-ba-ba, right there. I don't even know what that meant, but I'm just saying, yeah. But major things. Also, this was funny. People were complaining about how dark the episode was. That it was, I guess it all takes place at night.
Yeah.
Now, also, after you watch it, I want all of you to go to Leslie Jones's Instagram account. Leslie Jones from Saturday Night Live was watching the show and commenting throughout the entire thing, and it is hysterical. But it's full of spoilers, so don't go if you haven't seen the episode yet.
Okay.
Moving on, we all have, next in the dish, we all have our own traditions, including Gayle King. who goes to a certain restaurant that's near and dear to my heart for her son's birthday every year. Which one? Red Lobster for the seafood lover and you. That's right. Red Lobster. Look at this. She took her son and daughter to Red Lobster over the weekend. Her son turned 32 years old, and here's the deal. Apparently, the family has been going there every year since he was 8. He loves Red Lobster, and he got the full birthday treatment, including, look at Gail in the lobby at the Lobster Tank, including being sung to with the Red Lobster birthday song by the servers. The main draw, he loves those Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster. Don't we all? Yeah. I obviously, if you watch the show, it's no secret, I worked at Red Lobster for many years until I quit when a woman asked me for grape jelly for the biscuits, and we proceeded to get into a fight. But anyway, but I used to know the
I'm not surprised. You got in a fight about grape jelly and got fired?
Well, no, I quit before I could get fired because she, the thing escalated. She asked for grape jelly. I told her we didn't have grape jelly. She said, bring me my grape jelly. I reminded her again for the third time, we don't have grape jelly. This is Red Lobster. She said, bring me my grape jelly. And I go, ma'am, we don't have grape jelly. And she grabbed my arm and she looked at me and she goes, bring me my grape jelly, gay boy. And I said to her, this ain't Cracker Barrel, blank. And
Yes. Clap back.
And girl, I was like the Joan of Arc of the Roseville Red Lobster.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously,
Nasty lady.
there is a mural of me in that place because I quit like everybody wants to quit. So I looked at her, I pulled my arm away. I don't like when, don't grab me like that.
No.
And don't call me a name. And I went over to my boss, Molly, and I took off my little claw name tag. I took off my little claw shirt and I go, you are getting ready to fire me, so I'm just gonna quit. And she squeezed my cheek, she goes, get out of here. And I left and started my TV career. There we go, yeah.
I'm proud of you. Yes, stand your ground.
This ain't Cracker Barrel. Anyway, lots more to come, everybody. We'll be back right after this. Coming up in just a bit, he is a music icon. Kevin Eubanks is in the Twin Cities performing at the fantastic Dakota. But before that, he's here in our studio to talk about his legendary career, his music, and his years at The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Then spring training continues. It's the front line in the quest for a healthy lifestyle, how to make the best choices at the grocery store. And what's a hot trend in beauty this year? Makeup for men. From concealers to base, why dudes are heading to the cosmetics counter in record numbers. That's all coming up, so stay right there.
What is your ring?
My ring is just off my hand. Where's your ring?
How come you guys aren't wearing your rings?
Would you like to explain it or should I?
Debbie, what's happened was, I was not happy. Then I thought I will throw away on the trash.
You threw the ring
on the toilet.
About a week ago, we argued and Larissa ran to the bathroom and flushed the wedding ring down the toilet. When I heard the flush of the toilet, it broke my heart.
If Colt wants to be married to me, he had.
You really threw your rings in the toilet?
I did because it's what the marriage is.
That's like taking Colt's payroll and going,
Go to Spain.
Oh my goodness. That is a clip from last night's Guilty Pleasure. We love this show. The premiere of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. The downfall of Colt and Larissa's relationship continues after old girl flushed her wedding ring down the toilet. Yeah. Woo! Anyway, that's not a good sign for the marriage. Let's just say that. You know, on Mondays, we get a special serving a hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up from TMZ, Casey Carver. Hi, Casey.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. First up, the prosecutor in the Jussie Smollett case has some explaining to do. What's going on?
Yeah, so Kim Foxx has actually been hit with a subpoena to look into how she handled the Jussie Smollett case. As you know, a lot of text messages had leaked about her talking about the case, calling him a third-rate actor, saying that he was overcharged for the alleged, beat down and all of that kind of stuff that happened, or alleged attack. So now a retired judge is making the appeal and wants to investigate. She is saying, Kim Foxx is saying, she is defending her decision and the way it was all handled, and defends that they dropped all the charges against Jussie, and says she is welcoming an independent investigation.
Oh my goodness, never ends, never ends. Next up, this is so sad.
It really isn't.
Yeah, we learned last week about John Singleton suffering a stroke. What's the very latest?
Yeah, very, very sad. We actually posted it about an hour or so ago. His most recent, we do know that he is in the hospital. He is unresponsive and on life support. So it happened on, he checked himself into the hospital on April 17th with leg pain and suffered this massive stroke. The other really horrible part about it is his family, his mother and his daughter, are fighting for the control of his estate. So there's a little bit of fight of that going on while John is, obviously on life support and unresponsive. And we were being told that it does not look good.
Oh, and the families, I mean, my goodness, he's on life support and they're fighting about the assets already. That's that's awful. I know. That's awful.
It's so sad.
Let's switch to some happier news. Kim Kardashian had a baby shower for baby number four, and it was not your typical baby shower, right?
It definitely was not your typical baby shower. As I mentioned, it's her fourth baby, which is unusual to have a baby shower for your fourth, but she wanted to do it. And she talks about how she's very, very stressed out and worried and, about a fourth baby coming into her life. So she allowed all of her guests to make their own CBD body oil and bath salts to help them relax, as well as her. They did a sound bath. They were all given blue Yeezy slides. So lots of fun gifts given yesterday. And also there was a name that we think might be a hint of the baby's name, and it is Robert, which is her father's name as well.
Oh, well, that's sweet. The audience is like, what is going on with that? The sound bath. I don't. Casey, I don't mean to get personal. Have you ever had a sound bath? I don't even know what that is.
I've never had a sound bath. It's something with sound waves, and you lay there quietly. I've never personally done it, but they were all laying out on mats, and I think it's like these sounds that go through, and I guess they had their CBD oils on, and were very relaxed.
Bye, Casey. Casey from TMZ. Bye. Thanks for joining us. Oh. A sound, I don't know. I've been like in that salt room. Like, I'll do that, but a sound bath? I don't know if I don't want someone else giving me a bath. I don't know. Yeah. Still ahead, everybody, a new trend is popping up for men. Speaking of health and beauty, and it's all about looking your best. And then he was a fixture on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and he is a music icon. Kevin Eubanks is in the house as he gets ready to perform tonight in Minneapolis. We're so excited he's here. He's coming up. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment.
Hello, Karen. I thought Walker, Texas Ranger got canceled years ago because of old age.
And I nearly forgot to congratulate you on Toy Story 4.
A big shout out to one of our favorite guests ever. Today is Leslie Jordan's birthday. He turned 64. Yeah, he's best known as Carol's nemesis, Beverly Leslie, on Will and Grace. And of course, now he's on The Cool Kids on Fox. I'm not kidding. Whether it's the radio show or this show, I've rarely had a guest make me laugh as hard as Leslie. He has the best stories about everybody. He doesn't mind telling them. And it is, when the next time he comes here once every 2 years or so at camp to do his one-man show. The next time he's in town, please get tickets. It is a great night. Happy birthday, Leslie. Happy birthday. Well, skincare, I don't need to tell you this. Skincare and makeup is a multi-billion-dollar industry for women. And now it seems more makeup companies are going after some new customers. Dudes. An article in Mashable this weekend looked at the increasing trend of makeup made for guys. One of the companies the article talked about is called War Paint. That's very manly, with products created by guys for guys. The British brand offers everything from foundation and concealer to tinted moisturizer and powder. Highline, so Chanel Girl also started offering makeup for products for men a few months ago called Boy de Chanel. Boy de Chanel. After trying the line, the men's magazine GQ urged all readers to wear more makeup. And listen to this, a recent survey found nearly 20% of men say they've tried wearing some type of makeup product in their life. Would your husband, let me ask you if you don't mind, would your husband, because he's a dude. Yeah, he's a dude. You know, he wears camo, he's a dude. Yeah, I mean, would he, I don't know. I don't even know if he wears camo. But
he does.
Would he ever, do you think?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so. But, you know, I think most guys, like if I'm putting on night cream, he'll be like, what's that?
Yeah.
It smells really good.
I think more guys would do it if there wasn't a stigma around it. You know what I mean? If there wasn't, because, well, obviously I am a guy that wears makeup every weekday of my life. Yeah, I probably need more, but I don't know. I like a little, we were talking about this before the show, in high school, if we had a zit, I would go in Dar's makeup and get a little, I would dot. Oh, yeah. Especially if I had a date with Bernice.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But I will say, we have been getting blasted for years, for decades, about wearing more makeup. And this is how you can be prettier. As women, men, you can just deal with that too now. Go for it.
Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
You have to wear a little dabble, do ya? I got to tell you, audience, he's been on the show before. He's a member of our family. We have a meeting before the show starts with Jeff and producer Ted and Kendall and director Leo, who is like a man's man. He plays curling. Oh, he's gonna kill me. He plays curling, and we looked over at Leo, and Leo's a man of few words. He uses like three verbs a day, and we looked over at him. And we like, Leo, would you ever? And Leo, come over the intercom. Leo, the voice of God here. Leo, would you ever try makeup?
No.
Never. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a makeover on director Leo and force him to wear. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some men's makeup.
Do not mess with the man who can do crazy things to you
while
you're on TV.
I know. Why do I mess with the director that can take horrible shots of me? You know what I mean? The products often come in black packaging. Manly looking font, with like bears and things. Anyway, I'm gonna buy some and see. I'm gonna bring some in for Leo, and we'll dotty him up. Yeah, dotty him up. What's that? I don't even know. Still ahead, everybody. The longtime band leader for The Tonight Show is in the house. We're talking with music icon Kevin Eubanks about his performance in Minneapolis tonight. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. He's here. Our next guest is a household name for many reasons. One being is 15 years. 15? 15 as the band leader on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. That's right. He's in town. He's in town, as they say, for one night only, performing tonight at Dakota Cooks in Minneapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin Eubanks, everybody.
What's up, folks?
Hi, Kevin.
What's happening?
Now, you really didn't have a choice because you were born into most of your family's in music, right? For people that don't know.
Yeah, I grew up in all that, so it was really natural to make a lot of noise all day and practice and all of that. So it's been a blast.
What is your earliest memory of performing? Do you have one that sticks out?
Yeah, the very first gig that I did, I think I was 12 or 13. And it was for a fashion show, and I had no idea what to do. We have all these songs. We had the band, and we thought we had a hot band and everything, and then all these beautiful gowns came out. I said, why am I, But now I go like, a gig is a gig is a gig.
Yeah.
Figure out what you have to do for it, and adjust and get better and better at it. But I can't believe I was doing that at 12 and 13 now.
That was at 12 or 13?
Yeah. I'm not saying it was great.
No, I mean, think about that.
It might not have been that good, but I was 12.
You were 12.
I had fun.
I was gonna say, you can't really judge when you're 12.
When
I mean,
you're 12.
if you are, oh my goodness.
I didn't know what was going on.
That is nuts. Who were some of your musical influences growing up? I always like to know when you're at home, or who were you listening to at home?
Mostly my mom. But
Really?
not
Yeah.
saying it just because my mom, because she's a musician, she's got a master's degree and all that. But mom would just say, you have to practice, you got to practice, you got to listen to this, you got to listen to that. And she was saying, I don't hear anybody practicing today.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. To this day, she still says that.
Seriously?
Yeah, to this day. Did you practice today?
I ain't hearing practicing.
Did you practice today? I said, Mom, I just came off the road. I'm trying. She said, oh, well, that's part of your job, right? She still does that to this day.
That is hysterical.
You know?
How often would you practice?
6 hours a day, something like that.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was then. Now, whenever I have time, I have to do it more and more, especially on the road because you're doing shows.
Yeah.
But then you listen, you tape a little bit, and you listen to yourself, and whatever you hear, you want to do more of. You want to get better at. You want to get better at it. So I think it's just something that's ingrained in you.
Yeah.
When you're younger, and it just doesn't stop.
Do you still like being on the road?
I do. The one thing that I'm really, which I'm interested in today, because I talked to one of your guests that come on, and trying to eat well on the road.
It's hard.
Is
Yes.
very difficult.
Yeah.
So that,
Especially because there's some good restaurants here. So I'm not trying to sabotage you, but
I came in late last night and I was so hungry, right?
Where'd you
I came
go?
in from Chicago, right? And I just flew in last night and I got picked up, and the first thing I asked my buddy was, is there any place to eat that's open last night? And we're looking it up, so I called a friend of mine, Shannon Kerfman, great guitar player.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And she said, go to Lucci. It's this pizza place, and they have vegan food. I've been vegan for a long time. So she said, go there, and it was great.
Pizza Luce.
Pizza Luce.
Pizza Luce, yes.
Yeah. Luce, okay.
In downtown?
Yes.
Yeah, you went to downtown?
And I went there, and I said, oh, just give me a small. I'm not going to eat the whole thing. Before you know it, it was just crumbs. But it was nice vegan pizza. It was really great.
Oh, it's that. Pizza Luce late at night is like a staple. It's really
cool.
good.
And everybody there was chill and cool, so it's a nice vibe here.
We were talking right before we went on the air. Whenever we have a performer, I always like asking, and it's a little self-serving because I'm proud of where we are. We have good audiences here in Minnesota, don't we?
We do. Everybody's really open about things, and they're up for it. They seem like they have a good energy here.
Yeah.
And you can notice that from different cities.
Can you?
Yeah. Some cities you've landed and they're laid back, and you're going, wow, they're not feeling us. What do we do? But then after they say, oh, it's great. No, but you don't know.
Yeah, okay, Kevin, let me ask you, if someone hasn't been to one of your shows, they're watching, they're going to come on down. What's the vibe of your show, Kevin? What can they expect?
Intensity.
Intensity?
Yeah. What was the oohing?
That was Aaron over there.
Aaron with the boots.
With Aaron with the boots. I know.
They're nice boots. What are you talking about? They're cool.
She's our queen ooher. She oohs. That's right, yeah. She makes the audience ooh and ah. Yeah.
Now everybody's coming to the show. They're going to be like, ooh.
They're coming to the show going, Kevin said this was intense. This better be intense. No, but intensity, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Because you just leave it all out there on the stage.
We do. You can't help it. Even when you're just get off a plane and you're running from the airport to the gig. Sometimes it happens because, sometimes it snows.
Yeah.
And it happens. But when you get there, it seems like you just get energy from outer space or something, and you just jump into it, and you
pick it up from the crowd too. You pick it up, you feed off the energy of the crowd. Kevin's sticking around. When we come back, we're going to talk about his time with Jay Leno and more. Kevin Eubanks, we'll be right back.
What's up, folks?
Back in a moment.
Yes.
Oh, I know. If I'm having a down day, you feed off that. Welcome back, everybody. We're back with musician Kevin Eubanks. He's performing tonight at the Dakota in Minneapolis. The Dakota is such a good venue. If you've never been, people ask me all the time where they go. Go see some music. Go see some live music at the Dakota. Let's talk about your years. I didn't realize I'm kind of a TV nerd, so I 15 years with Jay.
Right.
Now, you started right after you took over for Johnny, right?
Right after that.
Okay, give me the Reader's Digest version. How does that happen? Did you know Jay? back in 92, 93? Or how
I didn't know Jay. I never had a thought about being on television, particularly like every night.
Yeah.
So Jay and I met. They called me up and said, hey, Jay. Said, come on, we'll talk. Well, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
So we did, and we got along great. We just Jay and I, ever since we met, we just got along really cool.
So it was an instant chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music he just kind of took for granted. He says, well, you know what you're doing, right? I go, yeah, Jay, it's cool. Don't worry about that. It's cool.
Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about the music.
You're taking over for Carson. Yes, yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
And so once we got along like that, and that just kind of rolled into how we were on camera together.
Was there a moment, again, because I'm a big TV nerd, and I loved Carson, and I loved Late Night and Jay. Was there a moment after you got the gig that you were like, you're in rarefied air? I mean, you're on one, there are very few shows as iconic in American culture as The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Was there a moment when you were like, I am the band leader of The Tonight Show?
Well, that actually, they never let me forget this. The first day that I had to do all of that, I just broke out all over my face. And the people in makeup, they try not to laugh at me,
Yeah.
But they did. While they're and they're patting me down, and I'm sweating and everything. They go, "Oh, you're gonna be okay." She's gonna bomb.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Was this day one? Was this
day
the
one?
premiere?
They were just, 'cause I was just so nervous. I'm used to going on the road and playing the gigs and then I'm here and and I dug the Tonight Show with Johnny and everything.
Yeah.
So the first day I was just breaking out and everything, sweating like crazy. And they, to this day, when I see them in different TV situations, people that work there, then they still say the same thing. So, wow, you're not breaking out anymore. So, for real, they're supposed to encourage me.
Yes.
They're supposed to be encouraging.
25 years ago. Let it go.
They're supposed to encourage me on my first day, not laughing at me.
Yeah.
And everything, But you get used to that.
There's very few people, unless you go to a taping. Kevin, what is the energy like in there? Because again, it is so American. The curtain. Right. Well, Jay got rid of the curtain, but the coming out, the monologue, you striking up that theme. What is the energy? Can you describe it? What is the energy like in that studio moments before air?
Well, you want the energy to just blast when you get in.
Yeah.
So a lot of times Jay would hide and not hide, but he would just, that sounds terrible, right? He would come to my office and we'd hang out because people would, where's Jay? We're going to go over this trip.
Everybody wants a piece of,
Right. So he would just come in, and I didn't know he was doing that for a long time, but he would come in and, man, what are you doing? You working this weekend? You doing this? And we just sit there, and then somebody would knock on the door, and he goes, I'm not here. Because he just wanted to, and we both wanted to just chill.
Yeah.
So then when we come out, the energy is released that way. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want the band to play for the studio audience before the show.
Oh,
because
really?
You let out, you start to diminish some of the audience energy because now you're wearing them out. You're playing before the show, so they don't get the impact of the band, the sound of it, the lights, and everything. We want everything to hit you at one time. So we want to hold all the energy back.
That.
So when it comes out, that's the first time they're hearing the full force of the band, and the first thing they're going to say is Jay, and so that would bring the energy, and we want to try and keep that as long as you can,
I love that. That's a great, because some shows, other shows would have the band playing during the warm-up.
Right.
That's a great strategy. I love that.
And I wouldn't do it. And they said, I said, I'm not trying to get out of work. I'm trying to make a better show. And if we hold off, if we give it to them too early, then we're just kind of diluting the audience energy.
Yeah.
So
by the time Jay comes out, it's not the same pop as that first time. Yeah.
And so executive producer, sorry, Debbie, I'm not throwing you under the bus. She's a good friend of mine. Yeah. And I think. And I said, no, let's do it this way, and we'll have more fun that way. We'll just, lay it out. And she said, you know what? That's cool. Can you throw out a few T-shirts at the same time? Then she went overboard with it. But it all worked really fun.
Before we go, did you have, I know it's such a talk show question, but I really am curious because you were there for 15 years. Is there a guest that you, just for whatever reason, you loved when they walked through?
Oh, yeah. Robin Williams.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Force of nature.
Oh, yeah. He would just bang on the door and says, what are you going to play me on with? And I said, whatever you want. He goes, great. I said, well, what is it? What do you want? He says, as long as I can dance to it coming out. So it was always fun. We'd always try to trick him with a song that he couldn't dance to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he'd figure out a way to do it.
And there was, with him, you couldn't really plan much because if Jay went this way, Robin would
He just, whatever you say, he uses as a launching pad to go wherever he wanted to go. So it was just so much fun. When Willie Nelson was on, as one of my favorite music groups to come on, Willie would come on. He had the same kind of thing. He'd always come and talk and say, let's hang out for a little bit before the show and stuff like that. Don't look at me. What's that look?
No, I was like, that's great. No, I was like, no,
Willie,
my look. I don't know what the look was. I was getting a look of like, that's good to know. I like that about Willie. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm afraid to look at you. I'm afraid I'm going to give you a weird look.
Every time I mention Willie Nelson, people go,
Oh, no, my look was, I'm glad to hear that because that doesn't surprise me. I thought Willie would be like, chill like that.
He is. He's really cool. Like, very cool.
Now I'm afraid to look at you.
I didn't mean anything.
Give it up for Kevin Eubanks, everybody.
Give it up for Jason. Give it up for Jason. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that, man.
Kevin's performing 2 shows tonight at the Dakota, one at 7 and one at 9. If you want to get on his good side, bring him some pizza from Luce.
Thank you. Yes.
Head to DakotaCooks.com. And for more on Kevin, head to Kevin's website, KevinEubanks.com, right there at the bottom of your screen. Still ahead, everybody. We're getting you in shape. More spring training with me and how to grocery shop when you're in a pinch. How to do it right. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back. That's right. It's time for spring training. In a dream world, we would all have time to prep our meals and snacks in a neat and orderly fashion, but that's not life. That's not real. Here to help us with her ready-to-eat and grab-and-go grocery list, personal trainer. Give it up for Breanna Barnard, everybody. I tripped over your name. I'm sorry. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you're here. For people that missed the first time you were on, I always love a good weight loss story. You are a success story yourself. Can you remind people of your success?
Yeah, so back in 2014, I lost 100 pounds in less than 1 year.
Less than a year, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was good old-fashioned hard work, right?
It was. Nothing crazy, simply logging my food, eating smaller portions, eating healthier options, and moving my body.
Yeah, just moving, getting up and moving. Okay, so we're going to start down here. What do we have today?
So,
let's switch places. There we go.
So breakfast is where we're going to start. So there are many, many options. One of the things that I love to do is to have oatmeal and then add a scoop of protein powder and 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter.
Powdered peanut butter.
Powdered peanut butter. So the difference between powdered and regular is substantial. When it comes to a serving size, it's about 2 tablespoons, but we want to do no oils. That makes it healthier. So there's the same amount of protein. There's only 45 calories in powdered peanut butter, but there are like 200 calories in 2 scoops of regular peanut butter. So,
okay, I gotta tell you, I do a smoothie with Trainer Galen. We did it on a past episode. I think I'm gonna switch to this.
Yes.
This is, a little, I love that.
This changed my life. And instead of having 16 grams of fat in it, there's 1. So, big difference.
I'm today you've changed my life in this very segment. I'm switching over, okay?
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you can either put this in the microwave, or these little cups are amazing because you fill it up to the water line and then you just need the hot water. You don't have to microwave it and it becomes oats.
Yeah.
So
very easy. Okay.
Easy.
Love that. Because we want, especially, look, I wake up at an insane hour. Not everyone's like me, but no matter what time you wake up, don't you think breakfast, you want ease, especially in the morning?
It has to be simple, and you have to eat breakfast, you guys. It's the most important meal of the day.
Don't skip it.
And you shouldn't be eating late at night so that when you wake up, you're hungry. I'm like a bear in the morning. So eat breakfast. And if this is a little bit too sit down for you, we can also do something like a yogurt. And this is great. Because if you buy the plain yogurt, they have more protein and less sugar.
Okay.
So that is the goal. Highest amount of protein, lowest amount of sugar, and then add your own toppings.
I was gonna say, because I gotta be honest, I stay away from yogurt because the plain stuff isn't good to me. So it isn't good for me. I don't like the flavor. But if I can add a little something, okay.
Yes, so here we've got some flax, we've got chia seeds, we've got some slivered almonds, other raw nuts and pumpkin seeds, and then throw some berries in there to give it a little bit of sweetness.
But start with the plain yogurt.
Yes.
And then add your own stuff. Don't rely on them because you don't know what there's added sugar that they're adding. Okay?
Absolutely.
I can do that. I can do that. Let's switch again.
Perfect.
There we go.
So now, when you're thinking about lunch and dinner, on the go, these can be really challenging to eat healthy because you're not just eating this little tiny cup of yogurt. It's a big ordeal.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to either make your own salad or buy one that is pre-made that is healthy.
Yeah.
So something I love to do is
stay away from that taco salad. I mean, you want that, but yeah.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
So I love to buy just a big old thing, a spring mix with some spinach mixed in there. And I will just pick up even some shrimp that is cooked, toss that on top, and then I make my own dressing. So I'll throw on some tomatoes, I'll throw on maybe even some of the raw nuts that you had left over from your yogurt in the morning. And then all I do is put a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, or you could use apple cider vinegar or white wine vinegar, whatever your favorite is. Put a little bit of cracked pepper on the top, and maybe even a little bit of lemon and lime for some added flavor.
I've switched to balsamic because the calories in the dressing will get you. You think you're eating healthy, and then you're doing that ranch, and it's like you might as well eat a chicken finger.
It's
you
so
know what
true.
I mean? With that ranch.
It's so true. There are so many extra calories.
Thank you, audience. Yeah, seriously, yeah.
So many added calories and fat and even hidden sugars in dressings that people don't realize. Plus, they're high in sodium.
Yeah. Finally?
Yes, so finally here, we've got some snack options.
Okay.
And what I want to show you is a couple different proteins, and then always lead with protein and then add a vegetable.
Yes.
So here, I love to do tuna, and I will either take a can of white tuna that is in water, not oil.
Not oil. Make sure you read the label of it, yeah.
Or you can even just do this little packet. That works great too. And instead of mixing this with mayo, we're gonna do the yogurt again.
Okay. Oh yeah, the plain yogurt.
The plain yogurt.
Yeah.
So this is a great thing to mix with it. Or you could even do some guacamole mixed in. So both of those work great.
Because people hear guacamole, but it's high in fat. It's the good fat,
it's
right?
The healthy fat.
It's the healthy fat, yeah.
Yes, so avocado would be great for that as well. And you're just gonna pour it into a little container. You can even add in, your chopped celery if you like, whatever makes you happy. And then I love these little packets of hard-boiled eggs.
I take them everywhere.
They're a lifesaver.
Our executive producer's laughing at me because when we meet in the morning, I do that between commercial breaks, yeah.
Yes, and they fill you up and they're in this cute little package and it's just perfect.
And finally?
So then I'll add in some vegetables. So I love to scoop. I'm like a chip dipper.
Yeah.
So I would do a cucumber or I would cut these bell peppers like a chip and dip them in hummus.
Perfect. Breanna, everybody. For more information, head to our website, BreannaBarnardFitness.com, and we'll be posting this on our Facebook page as part of our Spring Training with Jason campaign. We'll be right back to wrap up the show right after this. Back in a moment. I gotta start doing this because Welcome back, everybody. Kendall's back. Look, Kendall's here. I meant to tell you, too, we kicked off spring training with Jason a couple weeks ago. And if you were like me and if you're on a quest to get a little healthier, start moving a little bit more, share your story with us on our Facebook page. And who knows, you could be featured in a future episode. I try to post my workouts to keep people motivated and my own accountability. I do that because I better get to the gym. Like yesterday was one of those days where getting over the weekend's tough. You're eating chicken fingers and you still got to get on that. And I got on that treadmill yesterday and only Oprah and Taylor Swift helped me through it. I did not want to get on there. I was like, oh
girl.
It's
tough. It is tough.
Especially after a weekend of debauchery. And I was just like, I felt like Shamu up on there, but that's all right. I did it. I was like, was like a little Shamu running on the
I
treadmill.
want to hear more about the debauchery.
Oh,
That
it was
sounds
just
fun.
it was just a 1029 bar on Saturday, playing bingo. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all that we did. So if
crazy.
you have an inspirational story, if you're spring training with us, let us know on Facebook. Tomorrow on the show, spring training continues. Trainer Galen is back with some easy and delicious snack ideas. Plus, we're gearing up for the Kentucky Derby that's coming up tomorrow. But right now, that is going to do, good Aaron. That's right. But for right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.